Welcome to the MamasteFit YouTube channel. In this workout, we're going to be targeting the lower body in addition to birth preparation to help your baby more easily navigate the lower part of the pelvis. Hey, my name is Gina. I'm a perinatal fitness trainer and birth doula and currently pregnant with baby number 4. And so I want to share the lower body workout that I am doing to help keep my body strong during pregnancy, especially now that I'm in the 3rd trimester, while also helping to prepare my pelvis to open and to release tension within my pelvic floor. In today's workout, we're going to do 3 rounds, and it's going to be including 4 different exercises. The first is going to be a box squat, so we'll need that elevated surface with some weight. A box squat is primarily focusing on external hip rotation or the legs moving outwards, which is helping to create more space in the top of the pelvis. However, in the 3rd trimester, we may want some more support with our movements just for our comfort. And so we're going to be squatting to a box to kind of give us a stopping point and a little bit of support at the bottom. And so this is my personal preference in my 3rd trimester with my squats, especially when I'm doing like back squats or dumbbell squats, because it just gives me that little bit of support for my comfort during this 3rd trimester. The next move that we have is the forward step up. And with the forward step up, so we're going to be focusing on finding internal hip rotation. So bringing the belly to the thigh to have the femur and pelvis be closer together. This is really important because it creates more space in the lower part of the pelvis, which tends to be the narrowest space within our pelvis and could potentially be the hardest place to open as we are navigating our birth due to common prenatal postural tendencies. So with the step ups, we're going to bring belly to thigh and then step up. And then the same thing with the reverse lunges. As we come down, we're going to bring that belly to thigh to find that internal hip rotation. During pregnancy, we tend to favor more external hip rotation in addition to extension in our spine. And so this can make it really hard for us to find that internal hip rotation to create space in the lower half of our pelvis, in addition to creating a lot of tension in the back half of our pelvic floor. And so the final movement is going to be targeting a pelvic floor release. So for this portion of the workout, we're going to need a yoga block. You'll place one foot onto the box and then shift your hips back as you rotate belly to thigh. And this is going to target that posterior pelvic floor to help release tension back there a little bit more towards one side. After we hold this for a minute, we're then going to move into some movement because it's important that we can move in and out of a hip shift because when we're walking, we're actually finding a milder version of hip shifts. Hip shifts are really important to helping with hip stability, with pelvic floor function, and also to creating space in the lower half of the pelvis to make it easier for our babies to finish their rotations. For this portion of the workout, we're going to need some weights for our box squats. You can also use some weights for the step-ups and lunges. We're then going to need a box to squat down to in addition to step up onto. So I'm using a wooden box here, but you can use like a step stool or even an ice box as long as it's not going to slide as you step on. You'll also need a yoga block for the hip shifts. Once you've got your equipment, let's go and get started with today's workout. And if you enjoy this workout or you want more workouts like this, be sure to check out our online prenatal fitness programs. We offer our prenatal fitness programs in 2 formats. We have our app-based program, which is going to be a list of exercises with short demo videos. And this is going to be great for somebody that likes to go to a gym, that wants to work out with a barbell. It is the program that I am personally using throughout my own pregnancy and the one that we use with our in-person training facility here in North Carolina. And then we also have our on-demand program, which is similar to these type of workouts where it's a video that you follow and work out with at the same time. Both our prenatal on-demand program and prenatal strength program incorporate strength workouts throughout the week in addition to birth preparation workouts and pelvic floor release. Because our prenatal workouts are more than just pregnancy-safe exercises, we also want to be incorporating movements to help you stay strong throughout your pregnancy, pain-free, in addition to helping to prepare you for birth. If you already have a workout program that you've been enjoying, you can just join our birth prep workout program as well, which are going to be full-length workout videos like this. You can check out all of our fitness programs on our website at MamasteFit.com and use code YouTube10 to get 10% off. Now let's go ahead and get started with today's workout. So we'll start round number 1 with those box squats. So again, you can hold one weight to your chest, one weight on each shoulder, or you can just do it body weight as well. So grabbing on to your weights if you're using them, we're going to come to our elevated surface. Feet will be a little bit wider than hip distance. Inhale to lower down, exhales to come on up. As we lower down to the box, we're keeping that forward lean and weight in our feet. So we're not sitting onto the box. Exhale, come on up. Go ahead and place the weights down unless you're using one for the step ups. And we'll start with the right foot on the box for that forward step up. So we're going to place weight into that foot, and then we're going to kind of reach with that opposite hand to bring that belly towards the thigh. Exhale, come on up, and then inhale to lower down. Exhales are up, inhales are down. And so as I lower, I'm bringing that belly to thigh to find more of that internal hip rotation. Reaching towards that front foot with the opposite hand can really help you do that. Now keep that right foot on the floor. Now we're going to step back for that reverse lunge. And so the left leg is going to be our moving leg. If you want to hold weight while doing the lunges, feel free. I'm going to be using my arms to help me rotate in my upper body so that I have more of that hip rotation. Let's go ahead and place the left foot on the box now. Exhale, step up, inhale to lower. Again, finding that belly to thigh. Reaching that right hand towards that left foot can really help you find that internal rotation. Go ahead and place that left foot on the floor. And now the right foot is going to be stepping back. Now moving to our yoga block. So I'm going to start with my right foot on the yoga block to find my stationary hip shift, and we're going to hold that for 1 minute before we move it to 30 seconds of move. So shift your weight towards that right side. Then rotate belly towards thigh. Starting at the foot, I'm thinking lots of weight in that big toe, knees kind of rotating in. Reaching across my body with the left hand towards that right side. Trying to bring that belly more towards that side. So you should feel this big stretch in this right deep glute area. Keep thinking lots of weight in that right big toe. So we have this kind of rotation to the left with the thigh, but this rotation to the right with the upper body that's kind of meeting at the hips. Now go ahead and extend in the hips and then come back into that hip shift. So I'm going to keep my left arm just kind of reaching forward, but my right arm is going to swing forward and back, which is going to help me rotate in my upper body. Keeping weight in that big right toe. Now let's switch to the other side. So left foot is going to be on that yoga block now. I'm going to shift my weight towards that left leg. So belly's going to rotate towards that left thigh. I'm putting a lot of weight in that left big toe to kind of start from the bottom. So weight in that left big toe, knee just like slightly rotating inwards towards the right. And then I'm reaching across with the right hand towards that left side, bringing belly more towards the thigh. And tons of weight in that left foot so I could lift that right foot without shifting too much. Big inhale into the lower back area. Exhale, reach a little bit more. Keeping weight in that left big toe and weight shifted over towards that left side. Sometimes there's a tendency to start to shift into that right leg. About 10 seconds, we'll move into the movement portion. Go ahead and reach forward and then swing that left arm back to come back into that hip shift. So we're adding a little bit of movement here because we want to be able to move in and out of this hip shift pretty quickly. The movement is going to be slow, but when we're walking, for example, we're finding a more mild version of a hip shift. Let's go ahead and move into round number 2. We're doing 3 total rounds. If at the end of round 2 you're feeling like you're good with the workout, you can also stop there as well. So grabbing onto your weights for your squats, feet are a little bit wider, and then hip distance. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, come on up. Go ahead and place your weights down or hold on to just one for the step ups. So starting with that right foot on the box, we'll do the step up, reverse lunge, and then the left side. So again, I want to find that belly to thigh. So reaching that way towards that right foot. Exhale, come up to face forward. Inhale, lower down. And as I do this, I'm keeping a lot of weight in that right big toe. And my right knee is staying fairly aligned to the ankle, so it's not caving in or out. Keeping the right foot on the floor now, left foot steps back into our lunge. You can use your arms to help you rotate belly to thigh. Go ahead and place the left foot on the box now. Exhale, step up. Inhale, reach for that left foot with the right hand. Left foot on the floor, right foot is stepping back. Using the arms to help you find that belly to thigh for that internal hip rotation. Now let's find that standing hip shift. We'll start on the left or the right side. So right foot on the block. We're going to hinge our hips back and then rotate that belly to thigh. So if both arms are reaching kind of forward, as I came back, that right arm would swing backwards which will help to rotate that belly to the thigh. So lots of weight in that right big toe. And now think inhale into the low back area, kind of back half of the pelvic floor. And then exhale, pull belly to spine as you rotate just a little bit. So we're not trying to find like the deepest compression or twist ever, but we do want to bring us into this hip even more to really release that posterior pelvic floor or the back half of our pelvic floor. We tend to have a little bit more tension back there, especially during pregnancy. And so if you're dealing with like constipation, tailbone pain, pelvic pain, it could be related to the back half of the pelvic floor being a little bit tight. Go ahead and reach forward and then come back into that hip shift. So we're coming back by swinging that right arm backwards and then extending in the hip to come forward. As I extend in the hip, I'm coming up on the tippy toe of my left side to like help with that balance as well, in case you're wondering what's going on with my other foot. Now let's go ahead and switch to the left. So left foot steps up onto that yoga block, putting lots of weight into that left big toe. This is what's going to help kind of twist and rotate that leg internally. Shifting the hips back, you can kind of reach forward with that opposite hand. And then just breathe here. Lots of weight in that left big toe, knees kind of rotating in, and then reaching across, almost kind of crunching towards that left side. So big breath into the left lower back. Exhale, pull belly to spine as you just reach a little bit more. So for a lot of us, the left side tends to have a little bit more tension compared to the right. And so you may notice that the left side feels a little bit harder to get into, or maybe you feel like there's more tension. Sometimes you may feel that the right side feels like it's stretching more because we typically have a little bit more length to the right, but not always. But commonly it's the left side that's a little bit tighter, just due to common postural tendencies that we tend to have. And go ahead and reach forward and then shifting back into that left hip. So hip shifts are really beneficial for hip stability. We stabilize with internal hip rotation and internal pelvic rotation. So being able to find a hip shift is super important for being comfortable throughout our pregnancy. Hip shifting is also really important to releasing tension in the back half of our pelvic floor and opening the bottom of our pelvis. So let's move into the final round for those box squats. So again, if you're like, I'm good here, stop the workout here and move to part B, but we're gonna continue with this third and final round. So go ahead and grab onto your weight. If you are continuing, feet are gonna be a little bit wider than hip distance. Inhales down, exhales to come up. Go ahead and put those weights down. If you're using one for the step-ups, hold one weight. Place the right foot onto the box, and then we're reaching across to find more of that internal hip rotation, which again is important to open the lower half of the pelvis. Exhale, come on up, inhale down. Right foot down on the floor, left foot stepping back for our reverse lunges. Keeping weight in that right big toe, knees staying aligned to that ankle so it's not caving in or moving out. Bringing that belly to thigh for that internal hip rotation. Left foot on the box, exhale, step up, inhales or down. Left foot on the floor, right foot is stepping back. Again, belly to thigh. Weight in that left big toe, knees staying aligned. And let's finish up with that standing hip shift, starting on the right side. So placing weight into that right foot, we're gonna go ahead and shift those hips back and then bend in the support leg to bring belly to thigh. So keeping a lot of weight in that big toe, and then we can reach across with that opposite arm. So during pregnancy, we tend to favor more external rotation, where legs are more outwards, toes are pointed out. And we also tend to favor extension or like arching in our back. And these common postural tendencies can make it a little bit harder to find internal hip rotation, internal pelvic rotation, which are really important at creating space in the lower part of our pelvis for our baby as they rotate through. So that's why we were emphasizing a lot of internal hip rotation with the step-ups and the lunges, because we could really emphasize it with our single leg movements. Go ahead and reach forward and then shift back into that hip shift on that right side, using that right arm to help you swing front to back. So hip shifts are primarily targeting pelvic mobility. So how well does the actual pelvis change position? And they target more internal hip or internal pelvic rotation. So physically moving the sacrum away to create space to one side. Let's switch sides now. So left foot is up on that yoga block, putting weight into that foot, and then as I come down to bring the right foot flat to the floor, I'm rotating my belly towards that thigh, reaching across with that right hand. Lots of weight in that left big toe, slight rounding in the low back. So the hip shifts are targeting pelvic mobility, while the single leg movements like the step-ups and the lunges, we're targeting hip mobility. So how well does the pelvis move on the femur as we do movement? And both are really important to be able to create space in the lower half of our pelvis, where we tend to see more labor stalls and issues with babies finishing their rotation. Obviously, this is not an issue for everybody, but when I see labor stalls in birth, especially if it's a late stall, it's usually related to some movement restriction with the lower half of the pelvis, maybe a tight posterior pelvic floor. It can also be related to baby's position as well. And so that's why we incorporate a lot of these movements into our workout routine. Go ahead and reach forward and then bring those hips back. Thanks so much for joining us for today's workout. Let us know in the comments below how it felt for you, because we would love to continue to support you on your pregnancy journey. If you want more support throughout your pregnancy, be sure to check out our online prenatal fitness programs. Again, we offer it in an app or as full-length on-demand videos like this. So there's different options depending on how you like your workouts delivered to you. Both workout programs include strength workouts to keep you strong throughout your pregnancy, in addition to core and pelvic stability exercises to help you stay pain-free, plus tons of birth preparation and pelvic floor release. Because again, our prenatal workouts need to be more than just pregnancy-safe exercises. We also want to be helping you to prepare for birth. You can use code YouTube10 to get 10% off any of our online programs. In addition, you can bundle our prenatal fitness with childbirth education to save an additional 15% off. You can check out all of our offerings on our website at MamasteFit.com.